thank you very much for joining us tonight, the night before Joe Biden's first address to a joint session of Congress as president. I know when you endorsed him, you publicly relied heavily on the advice of your late wife, Emily. And I have to wonder, what would Emily think of these first 100 days of the Biden presidency?
She would be ecstatic. Joe Biden made it very clear upon his election that he was going to be laserly focused on COVID-19. As you know, my late wife battled for almost 30 years with diabetes, and she knows what it is to have assistance as well as prayers. And she would be very pleased that Joe Biden has gotten us into a much better place with this virus. And if we continue to follow the science, listen to the advice being offered by his administration, and if he continues on the path he's now following, we will be in a very good place by late summer. And I think we're going to be reopen for school for our children in a very big way.
Presidents always try to send members of Congress out of that room on a wave of enthusiasm for their legislative agenda. What do you hope Democrats, at least, leave that room with the resolve to get done first?
I think that if we leave the room as we will enter the room, and that was with full faith and confidence in this president, I think we will leave the room on a high note. And I think we will go out and explain to the American people that we have got to reimagine a lot of things in this country, to include what infrastructure really is. I'm amazed at the number of people who seem to feel that infrastructure is what it always has been. They forget that we did not have the railroad until Abraham Lincoln made it a big infrastructure item. We did not have the interstate highway until Dwight Eisenhower made it a big infrastructure item. And we are not going to have broadband without a big infrastructure program. And Joe Biden has made it very clear that when it comes to infrastructure, it's got to be beyond what it has traditionally been. It's got to be broadband. It's got to be affordable housing. It's got to be school construction. How do you bring our children back into school if we have not done what needs to be done with the HVAC systems? If we have not brought these schools up to par, which we have not done over so many years. So this infrastructure program is going to be beyond that which we have imagined for decades now, but it will be the kind of infrastructure that's needed to get education done, to get healthcare done, to get business development done. I'll tell you, I think we're going to leave that room on what we might call a good foot.
The census, which comes out every 10 years, is always a big event in Congress. It can change the future of some members of Congress if their district gets eliminated. We now see that the way the count looks right now, the Democrats will be disadvantaged, to put it mildly, and to the extent of possibly 3 congressional seats that might just automatically now go to Republicans, 3 additional because of redistricting, because of the census. What is the new strategy with this new census for your Democratic majority leadership that you're a part of to preserve that majority in the House?
We are going to connect with the American people the same way Democrats did in Georgia earlier this year, in January to be exact. No one ever thought 6 months, a year ago, that Georgia would elect 2 Democrats, 1 black, 1 Jewish, to replace 2 Republican senators, but they did. And I believe we are going to surprise a lot of people after redistricting. I know that people are looking at the way the shift is going, but people are going to look at this president and the production that he is now masterminding, and we are going to get out and explain to the American people why this $1.5 trillion program that he is going to propose, the $1.9 trillion program that we already have in place, why that is good for the country. And we are going to come up with new and better ways to pay for it. You aren't going to pay for infrastructure by clipping coupons out of the Sunday paper. We got to make investments in this, and we got to imagine new ways of doing it. And that's why this president is going to be proposing that we restructure some of our tax codes so that the very wealthy will pay more, and the people who helped to create this wealth will be rewarded with the kind of service that money can pay for.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel. You should know that you can follow today's top stories and breaking news and catch up on your favorite MSNBC shows all in one place. Download the NBC News app today.